It's the end of the financial year and it's a perfect time to reflect on your financial status and your financial goals. I've been keeping a financial notebook throughout the year, but I've never stopped to reflect yearly. Let's go ahead and do that. I've been keeping a nice little financial notebook for a couple of years now, and it's a lovely bullet journal that had all the Lithuanian history at the beginning. I love this one. It is quite confronting to see all your monthly expenses, but I'm about to take it to a whole new level and actually count all my yearly expenses. The first page I'm making is the yearly expense page, and I'll count all the money I've spent during the year and put it right here. It's a bit easier for me as I've got the notebook to flip through, and you can do this with printing out your bank statements and color coding each category. They might not be super elaborate as some payments come up with strange names, but could give you a rough idea on the most important ones anyway, which is good enough. I'm of course decorating these pages and using Little Posh Luck Spring sticker book and a few coordinating pens. I'm listing out all my categories from the categories I had in my journal before, which is rent, bills, subscriptions, food, and at one point I actually divided into whole foods and junk foods, but I've not done it throughout the whole year, so I won't be able to trace it back. There's eating out, fitness, car and fuel, stationery, transport, so that's all the public transport like trains, home, work, events, social occasions, travel, books, courses, gifts, plans and blanks, YouTube, and clothes, and I might spot another category somewhere as well, and of course there'll be miscellaneous. I'm sure it'll be crazy to see how much money I spent on each, and very scary, and I think it'll be beneficial for the next year's budget, as it's sometimes hard to budget month by month as each month has an unusual category. Like some months I might be buying an appliance for home or flights or that, and it'll give me a clever idea of how I can really budget. Same thought goes into this next page, which is all my monthly payments and yearly subscriptions. Some months I'd have to pay yearly fees and that will have to be accounted for. I did usually tend to go for a yearly cheaper option if possible, so I can look these over and see which ones I decide to keep before I get blindsided and the money's being taken out of my bank account before I get a chance to cancel. And it'll be good to see which month I have the bigger fees, like there's all these license fees for dentistry and cart fees like insurance and whatever else. I also decided to make a cute little calendar to note how much money is being taken out of my accounts on which day for the smaller monthly subscriptions and bills. I will review this section and make it onto my non-negotiables, and will have to take that out of my yearly budget as well. I've never actually considered how much money is being taken out by default before. I can even budget it for fun stuff and savings, so I can see a bit more clearly once I review this section. I couldn't resist and make little dots for these days with the dotted bit of the marker, and had to go with some florals throughout to decorate and make these pages a bit prettier, of course. Now that we have a clear understanding of where my money is going, it's time to budget and set myself up better for the new financial year. I really wanted to make pie charts before I even knew what they were for. I always like the look of a good pie chart in a journal. I used my washi to draw a perfect circle, and the second one turned out a bit better, I must say. The first one is not perfect. After that, I was just repeating the same categories I had and wanting to forecast and allocate funds to each one. It'll be good to do it this way as I can foresee the events and trips I'm taking and all the non-negotiables and see how much money I have left over to save. And then if need be, try and cut a certain category. I can also reflect on this, and when making a monthly budget, actually just divide the part of the money that's left after I took out all of these ones off from my yearly salary, if that makes sense. So budget in the broader sense and see how much is left monthly to allocate to fun and savings and all of that. I also cannot really foresee my salary as it changes every month, but will just still make these decisions based on my previous yearly salary, which is a great big picture stuff too. Last page I decided to make here is a fun little tracker for the savings, as it's just so gratifying to color something in. I'll write down my savings and investing goal once I review my yearly budget, and will try and allocate funds accordingly. Saving for saving's sake is very important, but I do have loads of purchases to make too, such as a house deposit and all of that. I decided not to draw a tracker as such or any shapes to color, as I thought I'm just making a little dot in the bullet square will be enough to note them down. And I've allocated a color dot for both accounts, and every time I deposit £20 I'll get to put down a little dot on this page, and I'm sure it'll be so fun to see it all filled up. Definitely motivational. Now I am known to sometimes withdraw some of the savings too, so I'm not sure how I'll deal with that. We'll just have to not do it. I feel that much more ready and motivated for our new financial year now. The good set of trackers always does the trick. So nice with the florals. I'll go back to pie charts too once I get a better idea of my finances, but if you have any ideas for them, let me know. Do you keep a financial journal? Please let me know in the comment section down below. If you liked today's video, you might also want to check this one out that's all about the goal setting. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in my next craft session.